Yeah. So basically, we'll start with the self-introduction, everyone. So I want this session, the seminar, to be very interactive one, so that we can all interact with each other and gain some knowledge with this 1 hour of time. Okay. So we'll start with Gautam. So hi, Gautam. Or anyone, any volunteer. So you can introduce yourself, Panidar, Rashmi, Sagar, Akash, Landry.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, hi, Rashmi. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes.
I'm just currently working as a QA analyst.
Okay.
I'm looking to switch to another field at the data analyst, so I'm thinking to study that.
Great, great. That sounds really good, Rashmi. So, what is your understanding on data and about the data domain?
So, like working with a huge amount of data in any of this sector, like banking sector, healthcare, and IT sector also. According to my opinion.
Yeah, that's true. So basically here what happens, data means what, we have to start with that. So data means it is nothing but it is an information, right? So how the information will be used by the organizations to take up a decisions comes into a picture. So we'll deep dive more into this moving further. So yes, Gautam.
I'm sorry, it's I have some technical issues. Okay.
Okay, okay, sure, sure. So Ashish, so anyone others wants to introduce yourself? Ashish, Akash, Lorraine. Okay.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good
My
morning.
name is Ash. My name is
Yes.
Ashish Chakra. I am from Aurangabad.
Okay.
Uh, for a BSc IT honors students in third year.
Great, great. Okay, thank you so much for your introduction. So
Welcome.
Shashank, yep, thank you. Shashank and Vinay, Nishita.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, Shashank, hi, good morning.
Good morning. I am a, I have a career gap, so I'm just attending session to just refresh my knowledge.
Great. Sure. Thank you so much for the update.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, so what we are going to learn today. So we will understand in deep of all the data domain and what are the options you'll be having in it. So everything we will go through here, right? So what is data, right? So data is nothing but it is a informations. Okay. So by this informations, every organizations take up a decisions. How do they take decisions, right? So everything we will deep dive more in it. So now information data is a facts or figure. So it can be the data, it can be the structured one or unstructured one, right? That called as a raw data. So, as a data analyst, what is your roles and responsibilities in a day-to-day life, and how an analytical thinking should be, and what are the prerequisites is required for an analyst? So, these are the part of our sessions today. So now we'll start with yeah. Yeah, we understood what is data. Data is a facts or figure. What is this? Facts and figure, right? Which can be converted into an information to the organizations if they store that, right? So this is called as a data and its informations. So now what happens? So we have to understand what are the types of data we are having. So what are the types of data we are having? So the data can be divided into three kinds. Okay, so we have to analyze in a perspective that suppose now I hope here working professionals and also the freshers are attending the sessions. So based on that analysis, what I'll think of, so here we'll take any one of the small scale industry. Okay, it is newly set up one. We can take it as a product based. Okay, we can take like the VG Mart, right? So Mart. So which means it is a mart where we get all the necessary prerequisites required for the customers. So home appliances and also the groceries. So everything. This is a kind of mart, okay? So now this is one newly set up one. So now what do they do? So they have to collect the informations of the customers, which is called as a data again. It is a facts and figure. How do they get that? So as soon as you go to the the mart, so you'll be purchasing something, and while paying in the biller account, so you'll be providing your mobile number, right? So the mobile number is enough to them to promote their business. So one data is the small scale. This is one of the beginner level understanding. So the data is transformed to the business by the individual. It can be in the form of structured data. It can be in the form of unstructured data, correct? Unstructured data. It can be in the form of semi-structured data, right? Structured one, semi-structured one, and unstructured one. So these are the data types what we are having. Okay. So what is data? Data is the informations. What are the types of data we are having? We are having with structured data, right? Structured, unstructured, and semi-structured, right? So these are the types of data what we are having. So what is data? Data is the information, and what are the types of data we are having? We can store the types of data in a structured way, unstructured way, and semi-structured way. These all combinations are the types of the data. So now what happens? The next is, so here we have to analyze the examples over here. Structured means what, unstructured means what, semi-structured means what. Structured means whatever the data you record in a uniform way, structured way, right? So this is called as structured data. For an example, Excel, we can take the customer name you'll add in the one column, and you'll add the mobile number in another column, and address. So you maintain a perfect database out here of your customers. Why? Because you have to run the campaign whenever you have an offer, so that it helps you to increase in your sales. When coming to the unstructured data, what happens in the unstructured data? So you'll be preferring very large and bulk data. So will be in the form of unstructured. There will be a lot of missing values. There will be a lot of duplications. For an example, in the social media, you'll be getting the tweets. Whenever you tweet, so there will be a lot of comments in that you get the data. Correct? Right. So, and also, yes.
Ma'am, unstructured data is a video audio example.
Yes, you can take that also. And also the comments in the social media, email, if the data comes from the email, right? So, and the data from the PDFs, from the data from video, audio, images also comes under the unstructured data.
Okay.
And for this, we will be using the tools like Spark, Hadoop, automations we have to make, and also the natural processing language we have to use, like machine learning, to segregate the data from the videos. Okay, so these are the real-time work scenario with the unstructured data. And similarly, what happens here? A semi-structured one. So semi-structured is nothing but it is partially structured and partially unstructured data. We can call it as semi-structured. It will be like it doesn't fit traditionally for the rows and column, but it can be tagged or else it can be stored in a structured way. So that type of data is called as semi-structured data, right? So for an example, the data, if you have seen, I think the format which is written in the JSON format, so like that, so here we will be writing in the colon, right? So it will be in the form of flower braces. Every data will be recorded in it. So this is a kind of partially structured one, but this is not in the rows and column. That kind of data is called as semi-structured data, right? So now this is the types of data. So we have to understand the core concept now. So we know that there are many kinds of analytics, okay? So we are familiar only with the data analytics. Apart from data analytics, there are different domain. So like business analyst, and healthcare analyst, HR analytics, like this, we are having so many kinds of analytics. So we will deep dive more into that because if you open a Naukri portal or any other kinds of portal, so you may see if you search for any keywords like data analytics, you may see thousands together the job applications has been posted by the organizations. There are a lot of opening only for the right people who has a right skill, correct? So now here the thing is, what are the analytics types we have, right? The domains. Okay, so now this is very important. Now you are, if suppose you are switching from one domain to another domain, even this data analytics domain has the lot of, uh, things to learn as you. So suppose now think of you are the fresher one. So you wanted to switch for any domain, like, so if you know something about the business, like how you can improvise your business, so then the first one you have to learn is the business analytics. Okay, business analytics. What is this business analytics? So most of the people who will be working as a business analyst, which means they fill the gap between the organizations and the employees. Okay, so business analyst is a person, you understand? Business analyst is a person who will be filling the gap between the employees and the organizations. He is the person called as business analyst. Business analyst is a person who will improvise all the business performance, right? By optimizing the sales strategy, by reducing the cost, improvising the customer satisfactions, improvising the employee satisfactions. If the employees are not working proper, then it affects to the profit of the organizations, right? So again, so to enhance the profit, what he will be doing, he'll first increase the potential of the employees. He fill all the gap between this two, organization goal and also the employees risk. So these two combinations, there will be a lot of things to be done with the business analyst. So this is the first one what we have to understand, that is business analyst. So let me. Okay, so this is the business analyst, and the next one we are having with Yes. If you got any doubts or questions, the meeting is open to discuss. Please feel free to ask. Yeah, so here, okay. Yeah, so they have been attached to syllabus in the chat. So if you wanna go through it, you can see it on. So here you can see the second one is healthcare. So what is this healthcare? Healthcare in the sense of now in every organizations, so they are doing this healthcare analytics. Why? Because healthcare is very important sector where it deals with the data of the patients, hospital management, and also they predict the future what kind of disease is going to come for the people. Like they have to take a precautions for that, right? Diseases breakdown they have to make if in case in the COVID time, correct? So in the COVID time, if you analyze, so without analytics, opening the n number of the hospitalities and oxygen supply. So these are all the decisions what the government has been taken. How did they do that? Only because of the analytics. By analyzing the patient details, the number of the counts in the televisions, we used to see all the counts day by day. It's increasing on. So if the graph is showing increasing in trend, what are the precautions they have to take? So this all comes under the healthcare analytics. Okay, so if you get into the domain, what are the opportunities will be having? So that things we are discussing now. So one is with the business analyst, the second one is healthcare analyst, and the third one is HR analyst. HR analytics. Okay. So what is this HR analytics basically? So HR analytics is nothing but sorry. HR analytics. Any idea on this? How in the field of HR it works? So HR analytics here it deals with the employees, correct? Employees and workforce data will be there. And for example, every employee's performance and also iterations and hiring the right candidate. So when to hire, what is the budget of hiring, and what is the purpose, and what will be the outcome after hiring the people, and how to satisfy the employees, why the employees are leaving the organizations. These are some of the business questions will be raised by all the businesses for everyone, so that you should be in the positions that you will analyze it and you'll give the proper guidance, right? So I'll come to that how the workflow goes on, but these are the very important thing what you have to consider, that is, if this is a domain, it is also called as people analytics. People analytics, right? So you have to analyze the people inside the organizations, what are their need, why they are leaving the organizations, what might be the reasons making to switch the companies. Because uh, see, if frequently the employees are leaving the organizations and going for the better pay rate, so then that is a loss for the organization. See, employees are the assets. If you work, organizations will grow. If you are not satisfied, then organizations will see their decline in the coming days. So they have to take a precautions that they should not stuck in the risk, right? Without employee, without people, no organization stays. So that's why people analytics is very important to understand about the people and to make a proper decisions. And apart from that, what are the other fields we are having? We have financial analytics. What does this financial analytics means? How we do the financial analytics? See, it focuses on the banking and the investments, okay, and risk management. For example, we can see for credit risk analysis. Okay, so in the credit cards, the people will frequently, take their money. They swipe card, they purchase. They swipe card, they purchase. But when it comes to the payment part, so in on and ratio, out of 100, 90 people will not at all pay at the right time. Correct. So they have to see that analytics, that data, who are paying, who are not paying, right? So that analytics comes over here, and investment planning and fraud detections, right? So everything can be done only by the focusing on the data of the previous records in the financial analytics. And also we'll be having very important, that is marketing analytics. Marketing analytics. What is this marketing analytics? This is very important as equal to the HR analytics, right? So marketing, in the sense, we have to understand what is the current demand in the market for any of the product or any of the company. Company has to understand their market behavior. Do the employees, do the customers are aware of the products and services what we are selling? So Amazon, you can take Amazon have a huge competitions from the Flipkart, from Mantra, right? And also from other product based in e-commerce companies they are having, but still they provide a lot of services to the people and they stand alone, right? So these are the market behavior they have to understand, like how the ads are going for the Amazon. Like they are having with multiple the options, like they have the movies, that is Prime. They are having with the music, Amazon Music they have, and they have the shopping apps. They have the cloud platforms, like database providers and the cloud services. It is one of the top one cloud provider in entire globe, right? So but even for that also there is a competitions now. GCP and also Azure has been a part of that, correct? So these are the market analysis they have to make. So they come up with first yearly plan, and then they cut down to the 6 months plan. So for offering the cloud services for the educators, and this is the students who are gonna learn that, right? So these are the some of the the strategy they run, the better campaign sometimes, and they target ads on the Facebook, Instagram, to maintain the customer segmentations, rate of interest tracking. So these are all very important when it comes to the marketing. So if that is a marketing, so what are the tools we'll be using? So we use the Google Analytics to see the performance of the websites, right? So for this, the marketer is very important. And one more domain we are having with supply chain. Supply chain analytics. So what is this supply chain analytics? Basically, in the supply chain, so you'll be viewing the data of logistics, manufacturing, and also the distributions as well. Like if the demand of the product is more, okay, and the supply to the productions, right? So and manufacturing, so and distribution should be on a higher phase, right? So reducing the delivery times and forecasting the demand, and also minimizing the cost. So these are all comes under the supply chain analyst. In the sense, if it is a festival season, the people will start buying, purchasing more if you provide an offer, correct? So you have to forecast that what is the price you can fix to optimize the cost incurred, and you have to check with what are the profit ratio you're gonna keep with the particular supply chain analytics. So these are all the some of the aspects. What are the in the data analytics? There are many domains. So these are the areas where the data, lies over here. Okay, so there are many. So if you want to become these analysts, right? Any of this, these are the domains. Data analytics, we know that. So we haven't still move on into the data analytics, our core domain. But still, in that domain, what are the options you are having, right? So that is the information what I'm going to share with you. So this is business analyst, healthcare analyst, HR analyst, finance, and also marketing analyst and supply chain analyst. These are the domains we are having. So now the very crucial part. So what is
Ma'am,
data analyst now? Yes,
hello.
Ashish? Yes.
Ma'am, e-commerce system analytics types. Yes or no?
Sorry?
E-commerce, for example.
E-commerce.
Ah,
Yeah, e-commerce is, again, it's a domain. It's a marketing domain. So where the data analyst works on. The business analyst, e-commerce, Yeah, even that can also be taken.
Okay.
E-commerce, education, e-commerce. Okay, it's a part of analytics. It's not like a domain, so it's a part of it. And also education sector, even edutech. This also comes, but it is not a core domain, but it is a part of analytics only. Okay. Yeah. So now we'll understand what is data analytics. Okay. So now the process of right. So what is this basically a data analytics? It is nothing but it is a process of converting raw data into meaningful insights. Okay. So this is a universal, a best short answer. What is data analytics, right? But here in this, there are many things to learn. So what is insights? What is insights? Any idea on that? What is insights? What is this insights? Insights has a lot of meaning. So I want you to discuss on that. What is insights basically? Insights are nothing but the observations what an analyst make. Okay, so like it is a observations. Suppose like Aditya or Akash, Ashish, Rashmi, Vinay, Pratibha. So everyone appoint as a data analyst. Okay, so in so and so companies, you are now data analyst. So now by reading the data, so what is your observation is called as insights. To provide an insights only, you will be hired in big MNCs with a big package, right? So if you are a fresher, it starts with 6 LPA in Indian budget. Okay, this is the minimum if for the fresher role. And if depending on the your salary, so it will be like 30% of hike sometimes directly 50% of hike also. There is a chances depending on your skill set, correct? So these are the few areas to understand. So what is insights? Insights are nothing but it is a observations. So now to provide an insights, what are the tools you have to learn? Right. So what are the tools you have to keep it in mind? So basically here the tools and technologies are tools and technologies. Yeah. So basically here the tools and technology you have to use. The first one is Excel. So what is the latest version of Excel as of now we have? The version is Excel 365. Okay. This is the latest version. Okay, so this is the first one. And the next you have to learn the Python programming language. So why this Python? So we know that in the Excel we can store our data in a rows and columns, and it helps us in analyzing the data, and it helps us in optimizing the data, and helps us in preparing the Excel dashboards very interactively by applying the the slices and all. So, but when it comes to the Python, so why this is very important, the programming language. See, if you are from IT domain or non-IT domain, as a part of this, we understood that any persons can reach to any of the domain after securing the analytical thinking and analytical insights. With that skills, he can deep dive into these all the domains of the analytics, right? So here, what are the skill set an individual should have to become an analyst? So the first one is Excel, the second one is Python programming language. In that, what they have to learn? You have to learn in the sense you have to learn the pandas library, you have to learn NumPy, you have to learn Matplotlib, and also the Cbot. Okay, so these are the tools an individual should be used or practiced to attend or to become a analyst. So here again, the third one, you have to learn the SQL. Okay, so a SQL is nothing but it is a SQL. We can call it as structured query language. Why this is important? To write the query and to fetch the data, right? Query writing and to fetch data. So for this, it is very important for us to understand. Okay, so this is our third tool what we have to learn. And apart from this, we have to learn the Git and GitHub. Version control system, we call it as. Why this is important? So see, now for the data cleaning purpose, you'll be writing a bundle of codes, right? So you'll be writing the code and you'll be executing that. Automatically the cleaning part will be happening. So that has to be tracked somewhere, right? So the tracking, and also you can't clean on your own on your local desktop. So it has to be universally or else the team wise, it has to be shared with. So that's why you have to learn the Git and GitHub. It is called as version control system, where it helps us in collaborating with our employees and helps in, collaborating, and discussions can be made, and also even that also helps in the proper decision makings. Okay, so this is one of the thing. And after that, we have to learn Power BI or Tableau. So why this is important? This is important for data visualizations. Okay, so Power BI or Tableau will be used for the data visualizations. So here what happens, the Power BI and the Tableau both are the competitive tool. If you learn any of one is more than enough, another one you can easily grab using it. Okay, so these are the tools and technologies what it is required. Along with that, very important, you have to learn the AWS or GCP or Azure, any one of the cloud platforms which related to the data analytics services. Okay, in AWS, what are the services we have? We have AWS Glue, AWS Athena, AWS Redshift, and AWS, QuickSight. Okay, so these are the technical skills, what all it is required to get a job in the IT domain, right? So these are very important. If you go and search in the Naukri also, you may see the same tools and technologies which is mentioned in the job description. So that according to the job description, if the skill set matches to an individual, he'll be the right person to hire, correct? So that's why you as a aspirant, so everyone's intention is to get into the job. To get into job, what are the technical skills we required? We have to think on it and we have to learn accordingly, and we have to achieve the targeted things what the job we have to, right? So this is the very important, and the technical skills. So once you are done, so we understood what is data, what are the domains are there in the analytics, and what are the tools and technologies which is required for that, and what will be your roles and responsibilities once you hired as a data analyst, right? So your roles and responsibility would be, the first, it starts with data collections, correct? So it starts with data collections. So what is this? The roles and responsibility. So till here, any doubts, everyone? So I want you to interact with. Aditya, Akash, Ashish, Rashmi, Shankar, with Vinay. So are we there, everyone? Okay, I have few questions. Yeah, I will get into the questions. So we'll discuss about the roles and responsibilities and we'll get into this, right? Yep. So apart from this, still here, any doubts or questions we have?
No. Thank you.
No, madam. Okay, great. So now we'll understand more further with roles and responsibilities. So basically, the first one is data collection. So what is data collections? See, from the database. So here we'll be learning the querying language. So by using this skill, we have to fetch the data from if your organization is storing the data, not the one or single nowadays. Everyone are opting from the cloud platforms to store their data because they are very secure. And if the data is lost, also there is option for backup, right? So these are the things. So that's why to fetch the data from the cloud platform, you should learn how to write the query in the query language so that we can collect the data according to the needs. And also there is a web scraping is a concept. So from the website also we can fetch the informations by using the Python programming language and also by using the uh, beautiful soap, the Python library. Okay. So and here the data cleaning. What is this data cleaning? Removing of the duplicates, handling the missing values, and making the data structured form. So these are all comes under the data cleaning part, that is, preparing our data for our analysis. Once the data you prepare, you clean, what is the next step you have to do? You have to analyze the data, correct? So that is also called as EDA. In the sense, exploratory data analysis, we can call it as. So you'll be exploring the data, like applying all the statistical methods, applying all the applications to the cleaned data. So everything comes over here, and this is called as data analysis. Okay. And the next, in the sense, exploring, the word says that you have to explore, you have to read the data, right? So that the whatever the business problems it might be, you will be come across with what is exactly the problem going to be happen and what is there, right? So these are the things. And after that, the next one is data visualizations. Data visualization. So here what you will be doing, you will create the dashboards, you will create the reports, you'll create a documentations, and then you'll finally share that. What are the tools you'll be using here? You can use the Excel dashboard if it is a tier 3 kind of company, and tier 2, tier 1, they use the cloud platforms, Tabview, Power BI with an integrations with their particular workspace. And then very important, the decision making. Whatever the insights, right? Insights to improve your observation of the data, to improve the flow of the work, business strategies to improve, that will be discussed with the decision making. So these are the 5 steps which includes in your data analytical process as a working employee. And here you have to understand what are the types of data analytics we are having. So these are the domains, but when it comes to the types, we are having of 4 types. Based on the 4 types only you'll be working on, right? So right. So here we have descriptive. So what is this descriptive analytics? Descriptive analytics is nothing but, so here we have to understand description in the sense what happened in the past. See, now this is a month of September. I want to analyze the performance of the business from the January. Okay, so from the January, in the sense, it is a past data, right? From January to till now, what is the performance? How do you track it? So with the help of previous records, if you are dealing with the previous records, then it will be called as descriptive analytics. So you have to use the standardized terminologies only. I'm using the past data, or don't use that. Use that descriptive data. I'm using for cleaning. Suppose it can be like sales report showing the revenue of the last quarter, right, or last year, or the previous days. So these kind of analysis is called as descriptive analytics. And there is the second analytics is called as diagnostic. What is this diagnostic? Diagnostic analytics are nothing but, so you know you are dealing with the past data. Okay. So during the past data, if you rectify anything, you find out anything, what is a pattern of it, whether we have a profits, we have a sales, or we have a loss, we have a drops in the sales. Why did it happen? So you'll be thinking why. Okay. So why kind of question, why happened, right? So, and here, what happened? It's a kind of past data. Okay. And the next third one we have, that is predictive. Predictive analytics, which means what will happen. Prediction. We know that, right? Predictions. What is going to happen in the future. That is, the predicting the future is called as predictive. And we are having with one more that is called as prescriptive. So here in this analytics, what should we do? Okay, so these are the recommendations, or the problem solving skills comes over here in the prescriptive. So these are the types of data analytics we have. The first one is descriptive, diagnostic, predictive, and prescriptive, right? So these are the entire thing of the types. So in the descriptive, we'll see what is the past, what is the analysis in the past. You'll read it, you do the EDA process, okay? And then after this, we will be finding what is the patterns, what happened, why did it happen, why did the sales drop, why we have profits, what is the main reason for that, did the organizations provide the discounts, or is it a festival seasons, or is it a uniqueness of branding, the popularity of brand, or else due to trend. So why it happened, you have to find that. So because the reputation has to be taken care. So if it is a trend, so then you have to recreate the trend again. Why? Because to increase your sales, right? And again, you have to understand the people behavior. So what they are liking more. Okay. So you can advertise more on that. So you can give, the discounts on the same products, so that the customers may attract and they may start purchasing it. Right. So if you have to find out the reason, okay, what will gonna happen in the future. So if it is a loss or a profit, so then how we can optimize it, correct? So here prescriptive analytics, we should what we have to do here. So prescriptions is nothing but what actions you're going to take. Suppose now there is a sales drop in the sales. So here in this scenario, what we have to think of, we have to think that, okay, the sales is not going to be a proper, so we have to give the discounts out here, correct? So discounts in the sense that is an actions, right? So when the discounts, okay, Diwali is coming, the Diwali sales will gonna happen, these are the actions, right? The business, what does they take? And there is a big billion sales also in the product and e-commerce based companies, so they will be rectifying those things and they provide accordingly, correct? So these are the overview of the analytical domain, how it works and what are the types and what is the roles and responsibilities. Yeah. So any doubts or questions here? I think in the chat box, Mehul has been asked one of the two questions. How can I switch to non-IT to IT jobs, and how can I make my resume after training this course. So basically what happens is, Mehul, so these are the tech skills which is very important to be added in your resume. And most importantly, you have to showcase all your projects in the Git and GitHub portfolio. Okay, so you have to showcase your projects, and these are the technical skills which is very mandatory to add in your resume, along with any one of the cloud platforms is mandatory, very important one. Okay, so without this, no other organization in IT, non-IT, only Excel. Okay, only Power BI is enough for non-IT sectors according to the analysis, but some of the organizations to non-IT, they specifically want all the skills because they want a good and fine analyst, correct? So this is the one of the major thing. You have to learn all the tools to switch from IT, non-IT to IT. And then will I get, help from the DURGASOFT for resume preparation? Yes, obviously. So they'll send you, they in the training itself, you'll be having the projects like healthcare projects, edutech projects, e-commerce, right? How you can create it via Python, Pandas, NumPy library. So based on that, you can prepare for an interview as well as your resume will be prepared. The templates will be given to you. So based on that, you have to edit it according to your personal information in your resume. So when it comes to the placements, I think the management doesn't take commitment of placements, but they'll be giving you all the interview questions and also the resume preparations and the technically strong with the tools and technology. These are the commitments, 3 commitments, what they can give for you.
Hello.
Yes, Pratibha.
Ma'am, will you be covering this data analytics services in the course?
Yes,
AWS, GCP, or Azure Cloud?
exactly. So I think they have given the syllabus part in the chat. So you can go through with that syllabus. So every syllabus mentioned in that will be covered in our curriculum.
Okay.
Madam, how much course duration? 45 days?
No, it takes approximately like minimum 45 days are required and it extends to 60 days.
Okay, because of 45 days is not enough to cover all
Yeah.
skills.
Yes, it is 45 days to 60 days of program.
Okay, I have one question, madam. If I saw these are all the project as a training part of, right? Not a real-time project, like in GitHub link into my resume, and I can elaborate the all skill and everything. But the client, they said you don't have any real-time experience. Like if I
No, no.
switch it from banking domain or any domain to IT domain, like data analytics. So
See,
will they
the
consider?
data, yeah. So that's why I told you the domains of an analytics. So what are the domains? So you can switch for banking, you can switch for marketing. So it's not like particular for one single domain. Every domain requires the data because they deal with the data only, right? So they want to analyze that. So you can switch for any of the domain, not only for the IT, non-IT also they are providing the competitive salary like education sector. Okay, you think of edutech, they hire for data analyst and they'll be providing like anything, 8 LPA, 9 LPA. For the 2 to 3 years of experience persons they are hiring for, right?
Okay. So
So
after finishing this course, should we have to apply as a entry level or intermediate level?
basically, what is your experience level, Mehul? So
Yeah, banking experience. I have banking domain experience,
okay.
5 6 years. So if I show my 6 years experience in the bank in resume,
Mhm.
and so
Yeah,
this is the
you
data
can
analytics
do
as a
one
specific.
thing.
Yeah.
Yes, you can do one thing. One thing you have to be I think, and you are in the banking sector, you'll be very good at Excel.
Yes. So I can show the Excel skill into my past project,
Yes,
like past. Okay. So
exactly.
that's why I can make up like intermediate level. To entry level, they won't be considered.
No, you
Okay.
have to be like 6 years of experience only. But recent past 2 to 3 years, you can show it as an analytical plus your banking domain. So that
Okay.
in the Excel, you have to practice preparing with your organizational data only. You have to prepare the dashboards. You can inculcate that with the Power BI. You can tell that in our one of the the scenario with the projects, I have been integrated working with them, so these are my reports. You can show your reports
Okay.
in the interview after
So,
the
so
courses.
that
Yeah,
means resume making, that is the most important thing. 80% of whatever is going
exactly.
into resume, and the interview preparation,
Yeah,
technical interview, crack the technical
yes.
interview. Okay, thank you.
Yes. So Aditya, Akash, Ashish, Gautam. So any doubts or questions? Rashmi, Shashank, Vinay.
You are only available at only 8 a.m. timing, or any other timing is also there for your batch?
Now currently we have like 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. batches. So apart from that, we are planning for weekends. I think it takes time of 1 week of time or 2 weeks it may takes for weekend batches.
Okay, for the same batch, you have 8 p.m. timing also.
Not for the same batch. I think it's gonna be end in the next 1 week. I think it's up. It's
Okay.
completing state. Yeah.
Okay, like at fresh batch, only 8 a.m. batch is there.
Yes, exactly.
Any upcoming batch like which we will be taking in the evening?
Yes, that need to be announced by the management. So still it is in the planning process. So once it is committed, so they'll execute in the portal.
Okay.
Yes. To find them. So any other questions or doubts? So we have 2 more minutes, so we can wind up our demo. So it was really a good session with you all. Thank you so much for your time. Hope the informations would have helpful for you for next decision making. Yes, Vinay. So yeah, you have any questions? Okay. Yeah, then. So thank you so much, everyone, for an interactive session. And okay, ma'am, is it compulsory or mandatory to have the knowledge of Power BI or Tableau? Because the libraries like Seaborn, Matplotlib, yeah, it is very important to have the Power BI because whatever the image you generate in the Matplotlib and Seaborn, so it doesn't helps you to collaborate with your team members. So in the Matplotlib, you can create only the single visualizations. If you want to create the data drilling or visual drilling options, so that cannot be happen in the Matplotlib. So that you have to learn the Power BI or Tableau because it is user friendly and technically every organization demand for that tools. So you have to get a job, then you have to learn that.
Madam, timings are the same, right? Till the end of the course, 8 a.m.
Yeah. Yes,
Okay.
yes, that would be same.
Okay.
Thank you, Anand. Thank you, Ashish.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you. Thank you, everyone. So, any questions from anyone? Rashmi, Raj, Shankar. Aditya. Okay. So if there is no questions, we can wind up for the day. So thank you so much, everyone. So we'll connect, okay, later. Thank you.